Since the recent reveal of the new Pokemon games Sun and Moon, there's a lot of speculation within the community as to things such as the reason why they're called Pokemon Sun and Moon, new Pokemon, and whether there's going to be a new region or not. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be talking to you guys about my opinions on what's going to be happening with the new games, and maybe giving some other people's views as well. Firstly, I'd like to talk about my speculation about the regions the games are going to take place in. I myself feel as though the games are going to take place in a region close to Kalos, or right next to Kalos, based either off Italy or southern France. The reasoning behind this is that I think the games will take place in two regions rather than just one. Now if you give me a second, I'll try and explain myself as best as I can. Have you ever noticed how many similarities there are between Pokemon X and Y and the original Generation 1 games? For example, look at the Santaloon Forest. It's got the exact same structure as the Viridian Forest from Kanto. We also saw the original starters return in X and Y along with Mega Evolutions. You could catch Mewtwo in a cave, just like in Gen 1 where you encountered it in Cerulean Cave. Even the legendary birds made a return. You could catch one of them in X and Y. The list goes on, but for time's sake, I think I'll stop there. Now you're probably asking yourself right now, Nuxie, what do these similarities between X and Y in the Gen 1 games have to do with anything? Well, do you remember what came after Gen 1? I mean, the sequel to Gen 1? Yeah, that's right. Pokemon Gold and Silver. I feel as though since X and Y were so similar to the Gen 1 games, that Sun and Moon are going to be similar to the Gen 2 game. As you probably know, in the Gen 2 games you could travel to Kanto as well as Johto, which is where my dual region theory is coming from. Did you know that the Sun is sometimes referred to as Gold and the Moon is sometimes referred to as Silver, much like the games right here? This also supports the theory that we're going to be seeing Gen 2 starter Mega Evolutions, seeing as we've already seen Gen 1 Mega Evolutions and Gen 3 Evolutions make an appearance. It would only make sense for the Gen 2 starters to get Megas now. Do you know about the theory that the original 3 evolutions were the 3 legendary dogs at one point? Well, I think we could be seeing 2 more legendary dogs based off of Espeon and Umbreon, where Umbreon would be the moon and Espeon would be the sun in the new games. There are even some references in the X and Y games to support my theory that there's going to be another region. There just so happens to be a Sundial in Kalos, and the next games are called Pokemon Sun and Moon. So that might mean there's a Lunadile somewhere, maybe in another region? There's even an unused train station in the eastern part of the map in, forgive my pronunciation, is it Kauriway Station? Well anyway, this could be the gateway between Kalos and the region in the new Pokemon Sun and Moon games, which especially supports the theory that the new region is based off Italy, because since the station is in the east of Kalos, it could lead to whatever is east of Kalos, which in this case would be Italy, because right on the eastern border of France is Italy. There's also the strange Souvenir, which looks like some sort of weird head, and the description reads that it's an ornament depicting a Pokemon that is venerated, I've never seen that word before, as a protector in some region far from Kalos. However, this doesn't really support my theory that the region's going to be southern France or Italy, because the description reads far from Kalos, and those two places are not far from Kalos. But all of this was just speculation. I mean, the new games could feature anything, and they were only revealed yesterday, so I guess we're just going to have to wait until Nintendo reveals anything more before we can confirm any of these theories. But I guess until then, people could keep theory crafting as much as they want. It's just a bit of fun. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video and want to see some more, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm going to be pumping out a lot of content over the next few months.